Nice, oh boy. Yeah. I'm trying to use them more. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to base who I bring on the mission. And when the mission is either completely blind, like I land on a planet and don't know what I'm doing, or if it's just like a pretty neutral kind of mission, I'll just bring whoever I haven't brought in a while. Now, this is something. This is something in this game. Sometimes you'll find anomalies that aren't on the map. There's an anomaly forward and to my left. Now there's one in front of me. Yeah. Again, in Mass Effect 3, I love they make fun of themselves. And come on. Come on. I already hate this planet. And the fact that Ashley or Caden will say, like, I never get to go. They know. They have the data. Ooh, buildings. Discovery. This cluster of prefab utility shacks have a distinctly ramshackle look to them. A set of rover tracks lead away over the mountain ridge to the southwest. So hey, free stuff. I think after this mission, I'm going to take a look at my inventory. I have a lot of stuff now. I've been picking up a lot of stuff. So again, best part of the stream, going through my inventory. Maybe there's a mod for that. It's like, leave both on Vermeer mod. I already was... See, this is what I mean by how like I have a really bad short-term memory. I went back into the same building. You know what's funny? Back when Mass Effect was like not... Oh, look at that. That looks pretty cool. Back when Mass Effect was still going, like before 3 came out, the majority of people I talked to liked Ashley more than Caden. They found Ashley interesting and Caden was just boring. But over the years, I've noticed that it's kind of turned around. People tend to like Caden more now than Ashley. It's weird how that works. Okay. Well, don't fall down in the pit too far. I won't be able to get back out. I want to get the debris first, actually. Well, that's interesting. So I have to go back. Oh, crap. It might have been... You know what? Before I jump down, I'm going to get whatever this is. Yeah. Well, they balanced it. In Mass Effect 3, Ashley became more mature, but also a little more boring. She kind of lost like that cowboy mentality a bit, and then Caden kind of loosened up a bit and became less boring. So, digging under the beacon revealed a piece of scrap metal, likely from a very old freighter. It was marked on one side with the Macedon outpost insignia. So when people say it doesn't matter who you saved for 3, it means more. Like he has multiple meanings to me. One, you don't even get them for most of the game, and 2, they're kind of similar. Like Ashley goes one way and Caden goes the other, and they kind of meet in the middle. The front of the rover is crumpled in from impact. A glance inside tells you the occupants, probably a team of illegal wildcat miners, are dead. Debris is still sliding down the furrows left by its tires, silence in the near vacuum atmosphere. So yeah, they're dead. They did say this planet was dangerous to mine on. Oh, okay. Go, Mako. Again, one of the few things I'm looking forward to for Andromeda is a vehicle that works a little better. And the combat. Again, I like the combat in Andromeda. It's fun. It's more fast-paced. It's just fun to me.
Securing point.
Now, if only there was some kind of super mod that put the combat of Andromeda in the original trilogy. Let's make like a Frankenstein game where it, I don't know why my Nightbot is spamming, okay. It takes like the best part of each game. Well, I always thought a great idea would be like No Man's Sky in Mass Effect. No Man's Sky is all about exploration, which I love about sci-fi games, but it has no real story or characters. So I would love like Mass Effect 1, but with the mechanic of No Man's Sky, where you can go to any planet you want, land on it, do all that stuff. Because again, No Man's Sky with Mass Effect characters and story. To me, that would be like the game of my dreams that would come out. It's never going to happen, but hey. I like how I drive the Mako. Oh, thanks for the follow. Now we get to see Udina get punched. I never get tired of that. All right. Ooh, more gold. I wonder how valuable something like gold is in the future. Like in Star Trek, as far as the Federation goes and humanity goes, there is no wealth anymore. There's no currency. But this isn't that far in the future. So I'm assuming gold is still worth money. And that's a thing, and there's greed and stuff still.
This is a private sanctuary. Outsiders are not welcome here.
These are pretty different reactions.
I need to talk to the man in charge. It's important.
Father Kyle wants nothing more to do with the Alliance.
Hey, I'm here to help.
I want this to end peacefully. If he doesn't see me, people could get hurt.
We won't let you take Father Kyle away. He protects us. We need him.
The Alliance wants someone to pay for those murders. Let me speak to Major Kyle, and maybe I can find some way to help you all get out of this alive.
Wait. Father Kyle will speak with you. Head to the building at the far end of the compound. He'll meet you there.
Got it.
And yeah, like, again, cooperation. My Shepherd is all about cooperating with the other races. Sorry, Ashley. I like how they're just called biotic cultists. What is she? How is she holding that weapon? All right, then. She's using her biotic abilities to do that, I guess. He's doing it right. Okay. And just playing this, you know, the Paragon way, I plan on streaming Mass Effect, the series, 2 more times at some point. And one is going to be a randomizer, where I'll literally roll like a d6 and just choose my options for me. Including even my how I look, how my Shepherd looks. All the sliders will be random. So I'll have like a true random build character. Basically, it's going to be like chaotic neutral, in a sense, where it's just like, what do I do? Well, let's roll a die. That's what I do. And the other is going to be my Psycho playthrough, where I literally do my best to kill as many people as possible. I know that sounds bad, but I've done it once before. It is very interesting to see what Mass Effect 3 looks like without anyone left alive that you can kill. See, I did that once. I refused Garrus, but in my Psycho playthrough, I didn't. Because in my mind, that kind of person, the person who's at Torfin, that doesn't care about his teammates, just go in and die, I think he would bring Garrus just as a body. He would bring Garrus knowing that he can just use him as a meat shield.
I am Major Kyle. I know why you've come. We have no quarrel with you. Why can't you just leave us alone?
Well, I'd like to know where the people are that came here. I probably know already. They're probably buried out back, but...
What happened to those other Alliance officers? The ones who came before me?
They wanted to take me away from here. They wanted me to abandon this place, turn my back on my family. They spoke blasphemy. I did what I could to make their end quick and painless. I had no other choice. It was necessary to protect my children. Only I can keep them safe.
What the? Yeah, this guy's stable. The odd thing is he has a bunch of biotics flocking to him when he's not a biotic. They're not safe here. I literally could have bombed them from orbit if I wanted to.
The Alliance sent me to bring you in, Major. Can't you see this has gotten out of hand? Don't you understand you're endangering your followers?
I respect that you have come under a banner of peace, but I cannot do as you ask. If you take away their father, my children will be helpless.
You ordered your followers to kill those Alliance investigators. You must face the consequences of your actions. Do you really want your children to suffer for your sins too?
No, this was my fault. My children are innocent, pure. Please, I never meant for this to happen. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. I don't think they're pure, but okay. I tend to skip the New Game Plus just to prevent burnout. Like, I can play through this game several times in a row, but generally I won't do New Game Plus. I'll just do one playthrough, carry it over, one playthrough, carry it over. The first time, though, I did, because you have years in between games. There's plenty of time to play it through again.
You're doing the right thing, Major. Your children will be better off for it. Come on.
Wait, if my children see you taking me away, they won't understand. They will attack and you will be forced to kill them all. You have shown me the error of my ways, Commander. Now you must give me time to explain it to them. It is the only way they will understand. Please, give me 1 hour. After that, I will meet the Alliance authorities at the gates of my compound and surrender without violence. I give you my word.
Okay. Normally, I'm not too trusting with this kind of stuff, but you know what? If he doesn't come out, I can literally just, again, bomb them from orbit, or I could send in a bunch of Marines and everyone dies. So it's like, it's in his best interest not to lie to me. So I believe him. Yeah, on New Game Plus, it's ridiculous. You just, especially as a soldier, which is what I played as the first time, you just mow people down.
I'm going to trust you. If you betray that trust, you and all your children will suffer.
I will not betray you, Commander. Thank you for this.
Joker can have the 5th Fleet pick Major Kyle up. I just hope you know what you're doing, Commander.
Can you imagine taking that line out of context? You and your children will suffer. Yep, Paragon Shepherd. You should return to the Normandy and notify the Alliance of Kyle's surrender. They'll want to dispatch a ship to take him into custody. Cool. I'll be leaving now. Also, I'm pretty sure, you know how normally when you have NPCs walking around, you can literally take out a gun and shoot and nothing happens. In this, I think if you actually start shooting, they fight back. I think. In fact, I kind of want to see. Although it might have been before I fixed the situation. So I'm not sure. Yep, it still works. It works.
Joker can have the 5th Fleet pick Major Kyle up. I just hope you know what you're doing, Commander.
Yeah, I mean, being Paragon doesn't necessarily mean you're playing nice guy. It means you're playing like the morally right guy most of the time. You can still be angry, and you can still do some things that are a little aggressive, like killing an enemy. Killing, the Reapers. You're still killing something that's somewhat sentient and alive, but you're doing it because it's killing other people. Paragon doesn't mean don't hurt anybody. And over the years, my Shepherd has gotten a little more gray area. But this Shepherd, I have 4 canon Shepherds with different classes and names and stuff. This is my Engineer Good Guy Shepherd one.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Admiral Hackett here, Commander. Your helmsman just forwarded your report on Major Kyle. We sent in a team as you instructed. Kyle's followers have disbanded, and the Major surrendered to us without incident. We'll make sure he gets the help he needs. To be honest, Shepard, I thought this thing was going to end in a bloodbath. I don't know how you did it, but you saved a lot of lives. Congratulations.
Oh, I like Hackett. He's nice. He gives me jobs to do. He congratulates me when I do them right. Next. Okay. I can tell you right now, I will not be doing Pinnacle Station. It doesn't carry over in the slightest. And I know I said I'm not going to talk like I'm going to make my decisions based on the game and stuff, but yeah, Pinnacle Station doesn't carry over at all. It's boring. It's boring to play and it's boring to watch. Yeah, it's a waste. Even that little house you get at the end doesn't carry over. It'd be nice if it was like mentioned later, but it's not. And again, I know I'm kind of breaking my own rule here, talking about mechanics that carry over, but this is actually kind of the opposite of that. This doesn't carry over in any way. The only cool thing about it is when you get the house, you can order expensive weapons and stuff, but they're not really needed unless you're playing on the highest difficulty. Okay, I know I said I was going to do it. After this system, I will look in my inventory. That's the kind of game this is to me. It's like, you ever play a game where it's like, okay, I need to go through my inventory or do something, and then it's like, one more mission. One more plan. It's like, I'll get to it eventually. It's the same thing with like going to bed at night. It's like, I have to work in the morning, and it's like, no, one more mission. Varmalis has a thick atmosphere of nitrogen and helium. Its surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of alumina with wait, this sounds familiar. Sounds really familiar. Have I been here? I'm very confused. I didn't think I'd been here yet. But this planet description sounds exactly the same as another one I had. Yeah, this is exactly the same.
Message coming in.
I haven't been here yet. Weird.
Patching it through.
General distress call from the Sacred Angel Medical Transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. Emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support and emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. The only time you'll ever see me talk to a shopkeep is to maybe sell some stuff for extra money, which I do on the ship anyway. And because it's when you're getting rid of all the stuff you don't want, I break down the weapons. But when you want to get rid of the mods, if you scroll down the list to the worst ones at the bottom and break down one, it brings you back to the top again. So for mods, I'll sell them to get rid of them faster. But yeah, I get the licenses and that's it. Metgos is a large terrestrial planet with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Its hot surface is mainly composed of nickel with deposits of potassium and heavy metals. It is a mineralogical treasure trove, with concentrated heavy elements constantly being brought to the surface by volcanic activity. So the planet mines itself. Metgos is inhospitable and dangerous, and expeditions must be well prepared to survive any length of time. With its high mass heat-trapping clouds and constant volcanic venting, Metgos seems well on its way to become a... I have never heard that term. Meaning of Venus. Venusian or Venus? I don't know. I'm bad with words. I'm bad with English. I've never heard a word that meant like Venus. It's probably Venusian? Thayar is a large gas giant with traces of chlorine and sodium in its atmosphere. It also has a significant amount of water vapor in the clouds of its upper atmosphere. Thayar was struck by an asteroid at least 12 kilometers in diameter within the last 100 years. The superheating caused by the impact's atmospheric passage created a large bank of vicious storms along the equatorial band. That was so weird, though. This planet has the exact same description. See, I thought it was Venusian, but I think I'm mixing up words. I know I've heard a word that sounds a lot like Venusian, but I don't think it was referring to the planet Venus. So I don't know. I don't know if that's correct or not. I think I'm thinking of the word Venetian. So I guess it'd be Venusian? Canrum is a large rocky world with a trace atmosphere of methane and krypton. Its surface is mainly composed of magnesium and silicates with deposits of carbon. Canrum, I don't know why I put a T in there, was the site of the warlord Shiagur's defeat by Turian peacekeeping forces during the Krogan rebellions. Oh, a Krogan warlord. While this band was not especially powerful, Shiagur was a female warlord, and one of the few remaining fertile females at that. She had, through viciousness and cunning, parlayed her unique value into a position of power. Krogan males competed for the right to join her band and lie with her. Interesting. When Shiagur's death was announced, vengeful male Krogan admirers, near and far, swore blood oaths against the participating Turian crews. In the end, several thousand of the Turian participants were killed in open combat or through assassination. To this day, many Krogan proudly proclaim they have the blood of Shiagur. Scans of the planet Canrum revealed dangerous levels of radiation coming from orbit. Chief Engineer Adams conducted further scans and discovered the remains of an ancient warhead marked with the Parthia colony insignia. That makes perfect sense for a Krogan to do. Being a fertile female, she used that to her advantage and became a powerful warlord. Saiba. It's a standard Neptune type gas giant. The upper cloud decks of its hydrogen-helium atmosphere tinted a dramatic blue by traces of methane. And I found some helium-3. Guess we're landing on, level 2 heat. Not my kind of planet. I like cold. I don't know what to expect. So I need to I'm going to bring Krogan Man. Hey, when in doubt, bring the Krogan. And Liara. I feel like I've been neglecting Liara a bit. I think I've actually used Kaden more than I've used Liara. That's interesting for me. All right. I got... Oh yeah, the transponder. That's right. It's a distress call. I'm fine with this team for that. Oh, look at these jaggedy cliffs. That's going to be fun. But I love the detail in some of these planets. Like it mentioned, because of volcanic activity, stuff gets pushed to the surface. And look at the surface. You can see like stuff from like the core of the planet pushing its way up. Or the planet that talked about being locked with another moon. I think it was 2 moons or 2 planets, and they were right next to each other. On that planet, you can literally see the planet, like, it's like super big in the sky, and it looks like it's like feeding off each other. Again, I love the descriptions and lore in this game. That's kind of what I miss from 2 and 3. Just the detail that was put in this game by all the codex and the writing. But again, this game had to set the stage for all the other games lore-wise. So, while searching the wreckage, you found a very old letter stamped with the Gothis colony insignia. Unfortunately, the text is indecipherable. Oh. But I have to give respect to this game in that especially. They built this world. And within one game, they made it so believable and so fun to like be in. That's why 2 could concentrate on gameplay more and other stuff and not have to worry about building the world. Like, as much as I like Knights of the Old Republic as a game, as an RPG, Star Wars was pretty set. I know it's in the past, but still. They could bank on Jedi powers and lightsabers and blasters and ships, and this had to make its own thing. And yes, I'm sure it pulls from other sci-fi stuff, obviously. But, I mean, I think they did a good job making all the different races, how the voices sound, the different lore behind the races. And I'm a sucker for sci-fi stuff, so. But I don't, I like fantasy too. After I'm done with the Mass Effect series the first time through, I'm going to be going Dragon Age. And it's been like 5 years since I played 1 and 2, so that'll be fun. Oh, this one's a little... Okay, here we go. Yay. Okay, after this... Every time I open something, I say this. I'm going to do it this time. You know, I've always felt that... Why am I going in circles? I always felt that Dragon Age... Oh, hey. Hey, Cosmic. Yeah. Like, they actually have an explanation that sounds believable of how the weapons work in this game. And, of course, 2 and 3, they kind of threw that out the window, but still. I think it was, one of the books actually did a good job of explaining it, too. It's just like, I mean, this is very simplified, but it's just like a ball of something inside it. And every time you shoot, it, like, shaves off this, like, microscopic portion of it and then shoots it out of the gun, like, covered in, like, energy or something. That's why they have near infinite ammo. It's not infinite, but it's pretty much near infinite because it's, like, such a small amount of that material. It can last for a long time. I think I got that right. It's been a while since I read that book.
There is the wreckage. I do not see any survivors, though.
Careful, Shepard. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, the fact that you don't have any of the characters, but it was a different than like Mass Effect. There were always characters that were in the games. Like you always had like Garrison Tally and Liara pops up in 2. Dragon Age is more like a saga that takes place with different characters in different places. I kind of get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Enemy sighted.
But I will say that Dragon Age is one of those game series I cannot play all the time. I purposely won't play it for years, and then I'll play it again. Mass Effect, I can play all the time. Nope, no you don't. Although, I will say, I didn't hate it, but I was a little disappointed. A little bit. In the fact that Dragon Age Inquisition and Mass Effect Andromeda were both sandbox games. So I got a little burnt out on the whole sandbox game type. Because there was a period of time where 3 games were coming out that I was really looking forward to. Not this is in the order they came out in, but it was Mass Effect Andromeda, Dragon Age Origins, and Final Fantasy 15. And they all ended up being sandbox games. So by the time the last one came out, which I think was Andromeda, yeah, I was a little burnt out on the sandbox gameplay. Just a little bit. I loved Inquisition. I think that Dragon Age Origins, well, Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition do a great job at character interaction, maybe even more so than Mass Effect. But that's because it's a different game type.
On my way.
Dragon Age has great team discussions between teammates while you're walking through the world. But the Dragon Age games, sorry, I'm kind of like trying to pay attention to things here. The Dragon Age games are much bigger. You have it's like Skyrim. You have a lot of time of just walking around doing nothing. So that banter helps. Mass Effect, it's more streamlined. The levels are more streamlined. There's more fighting. You don't need it. But I love the character interaction in Inquisition. It's so good. I like the characters in Mass Effect better. But the interactions in Inquisition make them better, in a sense. Oh, you know what? No. I said I would do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going down to where the lockers are, and I'm going to refit my team. Luckily, this doesn't take nearly as long as other RPGs I play. And thank you, Mass Effect, for having a system where I can put stuff on people without having to be in a party. Like Outer Worlds did that. I love that. Knights of the Republic, you had to walk out of the ship with 2 people, equip them, walk back into the ship, walk back out of the ship, take 2 new people. All right, first I'm gonna equip myself, obviously. All right. Well, you know what? I'll try, but I think because I haven't done any of the main missions yet since Liara's, I don't think it unlocked anything yet. I might be wrong. Sometimes the mechanics of the game, if you do enough side missions, it does too. So yeah, I'll talk to everyone. Why not? I don't want to miss anything. I don't think I'm going to find anything better than the Cerberus thing. But as far as these go... Oh, I don't have any of the heat sinks. The heat sink is my favorite one. But this is fine. You know what? I'm going to go with some burning ammo. If you noticed, I never use grenades. Normally I do that, but I figured since I'm streaming, I kind of want to streamline it a bit. I planned on doing that after every main mission, but just since I've done like 10 side quests since I've talked to him, I'll talk to him, just in case. Because, yeah, I don't want to miss anything. Inquisition, I would literally go back to the base and talk to everyone after everything. Nope. And armor, I seriously doubt I'm going to find anything better than this. This thing is overpowered. I'll take shield recovery. Alright, I'm good to go, since I only need 1 weapon. Now, Ashley is my go-to assault rifle user. Yeah, like you saw like when I did it at that thing, I went to hit E to open it, and I hit R. It's right next to it. And my stupid fumbly fingers. Yeah, not even close. Although, I will look at this kind of stuff. I'll work shields. One thing I never confirmed. Does this stuff matter on your allies at all? Like, if I put this on... No, something like this probably will, because, like, it'll make her do 23% more damage. But what about other, like, accuracy? Does giving them a kinetic stabilizer, making their weapon more accurate and stable, matter with their aim at all since they're AI? Or should I stick with stuff that's like a stat boost, like damage? Yeah, like this is the first time I played Mass Effect on PC. I'm understanding that I'm sure that is one of the number 1 complaints is you hit grenade all the time when you're trying to hit activate or like interact. But just in case, I think I'm going to go with these buffs just so I know they work. Yeah, that's what I figured. Accuracy shouldn't matter. Also, I don't think weapons ever overheat on your allies. That's why I give Garrus the super heavy sniper rifle rounds, because I don't think it'll ever overheat. Although maybe it messes with his rate of fire. Maybe the AI doesn't shoot as much. I'm not sure. Alright, Ashley's done. Caden! Another pistol user. Ooh, better pistol for Caden. See, like I had that on for him. That doesn't do anything, probably. Unfortunately, that's all I have. Oh no, there's damage. But it's a pistol. I don't care about damage too much on a pistol. So, I'll do one of these. It probably doesn't help, but whatever. I'm going to give you tungsten rounds. No, I'll give you cryo. One of those. That's actually pretty good. Ooh, new ammo. Or new ammo, really? New armor. Not bad looking. Although he's not pink anymore. I'm going to miss that. No, that's fine. Alright. Garrus, my go-to sniper. There's no way I'm going to find something better than that. Do I have anything that adds... No, I have nothing. Oh, I have one left. That's going to Garrus. Synthetics or organics? I mean, this game is like 75% fighting Geth and robots, so yeah, I'll do that. Ooh. I like when someone gets new armor. Makes him have a new look. Not bad. Ooh. I'll give him some regenerating health. All right. Next, Rex, my go-to shotgun user. It's a Cerberus weapon, so I'm not even going to bother. And now I'm down to the stuff that probably doesn't help. So it really doesn't matter what I give him, so there you go. Shredder rounds works. Little less protection, but a lot more shields. And biotic protection. Awesome. Ooh, not bad. You're clipping through it, but that's fine. That's fine. Ooh. Oh, no. I completely, for some reason, I was going to give her a pistol. I was like, no, she's not the pistol person. That's fine. Again, none of this really matters, so there you go. I'm going to give her cryo rounds. And I never seem to... I think Turian armor is the rarest in the game. I never seem to find any. I'm lucky I found this. And Liara always gets the leftovers. Because she's at the end. Good. Better version of what she already has. I'll take it. Yeah, shields are fine. And look at that. I'm already done. Although now I get to break down weapons and sell them. So while I'm doing this boring stuff, who's everyone's favorite teammate? That's always a fun question to ask. I always find the answers interesting. Because sometimes you get the occasional answer you weren't expecting. I got a lot of stuff to break down. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. I had to answer the door. Okay. What we got? We got ME1, Talion Rex. ME2, Talier Thane. ME3, Talion Liara. Yeah, those are pretty... That's kind of what I was expecting. I always want to ask people because I'm always expecting that weird answer. Like, I'm waiting for the day where someone says, Jacob. I remember that. Yeah, you're... It's also when I watch different people's playthroughs, they're always different people that have, like, they're like the problem child on the team. Like, for you, Garrus kept running into stuff. For me, actually, everyone's been pretty okay for me so far, except Ashley shooting walls. So she's not dying, she's just stupid. And then in M's playthrough, Caden in ME1, he literally died like every single fight. Nope, no, that's fine. I don't need any of this armor. Well, yeah, she sees everyone as an enemy. Even me, because I like aliens. It's like, ah, oh, you're an alien lover. You're all my enemy. Okay. And now I'm just going to go sell my mods, and I'll be good. I won't have to do this for a while.
Looking for supplies?
Yep.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Okay. Sell, and then I just sell everything. Pretty much everything. I might keep like a few things, but listen to that clicky mouse. I don't know if the mic is picking it up. Oh, it isn't. That's surprising. I'm going to keep the level 5 stuff for now. And there we go. Look at that. Item management done. And now I'm going to talk to people, just to see if they have anything new. Hey, Rex.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Hey, look, something new.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
Yeah, that Krogan bloodlust. I can imagine once a war is over, they get antsy. Like, well, we need someone else to fight now.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
Unfortunately, that was one of the purposes of the genophage. If the Krogan did rise up and fight again, they wouldn't be able to do it afterwards.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
So this guy was Rex's father. I do like how, like, when you first meet Rex, he does talk about how he gave up on his people, kind of. He was always the progressive Krogan, though. They didn't come out of nowhere in 2 and 3. He tried. But I'm assuming what happened here was kind of like, well, I gotta leave now. I guess I'm done.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
Well,
So long, Rex.
that was a fun story.
Shepard.
Hey, Ashley.
Oh, before I go, you said you're serving with Commander Shepard now? We saw him on the news here. He's cute. Later, sis.
Tell me you didn't hear that.
Your sister, I assume?
Until I get home and kill her. That's Sarah, the youngest. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on Family Mail.
See, this is one of those things where I just from playing the game and just I know what happens. It is incredibly hard not to romance in this game because the game is like the game is weird. It like equates being nice to having feelings and wanting a relationship. It's weird. So I've been somewhat nice to her, so I might have to. There's going to be a thing where I'm going to have to decide something. She does. Trust me. Oh, trust me. I might still have the picture somewhere. I made an abomination of a Shepard at one point. Thing is, if I can tell you this, if you are not very nice to Ashley, and the relationship is just cut off already, like there's no way it's happening, instead of her sister saying Shepard, she says Caden. So that's a little tidbit of info.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Well, we're about to learn about Ashley's family.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I made Chief. First thing he did was salute.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while Dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Where did you grow up?
All over. We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters. We'd have to leave all our friends every 2 or 3 years.
And see, this makes Ashley a little more likable. The fact that, she talks about her family, her parents.
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk to you? Amazing.
Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen LY away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, 'cause he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
Why didn't you tell the police?
She said it wouldn't solve the real problem, and she and Mike would both become household names. It was a small colony. I said it was her call to make, that we should let her do it her way. Mom was pretty pissed about that.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kind of nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you have to tie her into. They do great things to her figure, though.
Okay, not gonna ask that.
You said all of your sisters
Okay, I
learned
asked the same
self-defense?
thing.
Lynn did... They do great things to her figure, though.
Did anything happen while you were home?
My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
Well, first off, good. And damn, he took a punch at her. At that point, it's like, I don't care anymore. Like, yeah, all the sympathy's gone.
He missed?
When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
That is a confusing series of events. Huh.
Where was your father during this? Wasn't your family stationed near him?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
Okay. Wait, this is a kind of a thing with Ashley's personality they gave her for some reason. The whole poetry thing. Okay. So you can see like where the renegade stuff would be kind of fun to do. Like, what is this crap? Bored now. But no, yeah. There's really no neutral here. It's like, oh, I read that stuff all the time, or just, I hate this. So.
I didn't know you liked classical literature.
Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had 12 versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though. So behave.
I thought you said he was dead.
You know, from heaven, wherever that is. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
I'm just gonna, walk past, go around this a little bit, and I'm just gonna keep it to yourself, Jesus. Are you a fanatic? No, it's just, whatever.
Your beliefs are your business. I'm your commanding officer, not your moral compass.
Just my commanding officer, huh? We'll have to see about that.
Okay. This is where I have to be a bit of a jerk. This is what cuts off the romance. If I made this mistake before, if you choose even just an O, it locks it in. I have to choose this. Now, it's going to make her mad and potentially lock off dialogue for the rest of the game. It's weird. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I have to do it.
We're on duty here, Williams.
Too bad. I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
That happened to me in Mass Effect 2 as well. I was being nice to Jack, and I think I made the wrong dialogue choice. It wasn't what I thought it was. And then when I told her that I didn't want that, she didn't talk to me for the rest of the game.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story.
No, already heard that.
Her and her mom not talking.
I think she's being...
Yeah. Too bad those ruins got destroyed.
Okay,
we'll talk later.
So we're caught up with
Looking
Ashley.
forward to it, Skipper.
Garrus, Space Bro.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one Elcor diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs, had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Salarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
That's an odd thing to bring up, isn't it? Now I'm kind of curious.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
So yeah, this story's a little creepy. Like how the he's organ selling in the black market.
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation, to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threatened? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes, walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies, then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
You know, it's a messed up thing to do, but I got to admit, it's pretty ingenious. Because it's easy to hide. Still, very messed up.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs, but they wouldn't listen.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
You know, I kind of agree with his train of thought where, like, those people are dead anyway. But I do agree with the idea that if they shot the ship down, it might crash and kill a bunch of people, so, yeah.
If you don't care about the fate of those hostages, then you're no better than he is. You're just a terrorist with a badge.
Yeah, maybe you're right. It doesn't make it any easier, but I see your point. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Oh, we're going on a Garrus mission. And I like how the game subtly tells you to make sure, like, don't forget to take Garrus with you. You can still do the mission without him. But I feel like, what's the point? Why would you, like, unless it's by accident, like you're not paying attention, you go to it. But why on earth would you want to do that mission without Garrus in your party? Oh, I wasn't done talking to everyone. Whoops. Sorry, Tally. Don't worry, I didn't forget you. Although I don't think she has much to say.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
I don't know. I think it maybe because the order that I talked to everyone in, I did differently this time because I was already standing next to Rex, and I think it threw me off.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
I should go.
See you later.
I should go. I wonder if we could, like, if you did every dialogue option in the game, that includes like the Paragon versions, the Renegade versions of the same thing, what is the phrase that Shepard says the most? I wonder if it would be I should go. He doesn't say that too much in the second and third one, I don't think. Oh, see, I'm not really paying, because normally I talk to these people first, but again, I was already down there. I need to talk to Liara and Caden. I usually talk to them first. Hey, Doc. And Liara and Caden have the awkward, like, walk-up sequence.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Well...
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
You must enjoy something about it.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets has a special appeal for me. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
I'm fascinating?
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Okay.
I should go.
Nope, there it is again.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Yeah, I can relate a bit. I'm not as awkward in public as I used to be, but I'm not the person that knows the right thing to say. Wait, why? See? You see how okay, this shows you. I have had the same order of conversation so many times in this game. Once I'm done with Liara, I come down here. I've already done this. It threw me off so bad. Go to Caden. He's over there. And then I'm done talking. Okay. And then I'm going to have the sequence where I walk up to Caden all sweaty.
Anything you need, Commander?
Well, and also, of course, the scene where he's stuck in the thing. Like, I should go. I should go.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the Council.
Did I already do... I don't remember if I did this or not.
They deserve to know what we're up against.
They're on your side.
They're pissed about the resistance we're getting, especially from our side. I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting. Another L2 flare-up.
Anything I can do?
No, Commander, it'll settle down. It's rough sometimes, but they spike higher than a lot of L3s. Except for you, of course. Besides, I fared a lot better than some after Kinetics was through.
Now notice he said except me. I don't have any biotic abilities. I have tech abilities. My bonus ability... I didn't have a bonus ability. That's weird that he said that. Huh.
I haven't heard anything about Kinetics in a while.
Yeah, they quietly disappeared. Broke up into a bunch of little corps after they botched the training on Jump Zero. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and EZO. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
Yeah, it's kind of like the superhero stuff. I'd imagine if you had powers like that you would probably hurt yourself a lot. That's kind of bad. That's kind of bad to think about. Like snapping an arm, doing something wrong. Like, ugh.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking. Don't Asari make more sense as, like, biotic experts?
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
That sounds like an awful idea. But, yeah.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. A real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah. But like everything else at Jump Zero, it was under the table. The less said, the better. Anyway, this is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander. We're here to make history, not rehash it.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Alright, yep, same stuff.
I mean, if you like the bookish sort, Commander.
Okay. Well, hey, look at that. I got my inventory stuff done. I got my talking done. Now it's time to go back into space. I think I still have, like, 4 clusters to go through, and then I can... and then I'll be able to do a main mission. Oh yeah, there's the mission with Garrus, too. Okay, I already looked through that area. I'm going to go here. I'm not doing the Pinnacle Station, but I'm at least going to survey the planet, so I might find something. Alright, Patashi. It's a sun-blasted terrestrial world whose atmosphere was blasted away millennia ago by the star Phoenix. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of iron with deposits of tin. Due to its relatively low density, Patashi is tidally locked to Phoenix. Seas of molten light metals cover much of the sunward side. I found... Oh, there's that made-up one again, I think. Samarium. I'm pretty sure that doesn't exist. If it does, then okay. Science. Oh. This asteroid's emitting a weak, intermittent signal at a frequency of 1540 megahertz. Ooh, Prothean data. During a scan of the Phoenix System asteroid field, you detected an odd energy reading that Tally determined was Quarian and... Ooh, Quarian. She led a recon team into the asteroid field, where she discovered an abandoned freighter. The team could not determine why the ship was there, but they did find a Prothean data disk. Well, good job, Tally. Silsalto. Silsalto? It's a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. It has no remarkable features. Alright, moving on. That's Pinnacle Station. Anything in this asteroid field? I actually don't remember if this system exists if you don't have the Pinnacle Station DLC. I don't know if it just plops it in here, or does it actually exist? Tuntao. It's an enormous low-density terrestrial... I mean, it must because you can land here. Thick atmosphere of methane and helium. Despite being nearly 20 AUs from Phoenix, the star's great heat and the insulating thickness of the atmosphere make the surface surprisingly temperate. The crust is mainly composed of sodium and silicon dioxide with deposits of various light metals. While the planet's not habitable, the relative pleasantness of the surface conditions make it a popular location for small ships traveling through the Argus Rho cluster to land for drive discharge. Now, I have no idea what this planet mission is, so I'm going to bring a nice little balance team with me. How about Garrus and Liara? Oh, that's a lot of mountains. Hopefully I don't have to go across them. Whew. Oh, it's nice and flat that way. Let's see. Anomaly. Hidden structure. I'll go here, here, and then here. And judging by that map, yep. Well, I think I'll go this way. So after talking to everyone, Rex told us about the story of his father. Liara embarrassed herself, which I'd imagine she does quite a bit in social situations. Garrus told us about that doctor that got away. Trust me, we'll be handling that. Give Garrus some closure, take out a guy who's growing organs in people. I mean, come on. If you're not going to take out someone like that when you're a Spectre, what are you going to do with it? Ooh, pyramid. You know, the Prothean pyramid things that you find on other planets, maybe that's where the ancient Egyptians got their thing. I mean, they already tapped into the ancient aliens thing where the Protheans were watching us, in the past. That makes sense that if Protheans were known to build these kind of structures, maybe that's where we got the idea.
On my way.
So what happened here? You found one of Matriarch's writings on this body. It's possible the writing came from the nearby ruins. Now, there's no marker on this thing, but I'm going to go over there just in case. Nope, nope. Let me out. Let me out, let me out, let me out. Okay, there we go. Now, this does seem a little weird that I'm scaling this. But look at that. I'm on the top of it now, and I see nothing. Alright. So I was going to stop by that debris, although I have to go back over the mountain, through here, and then go back. But you know what? Could be worth it. Might find some cool stuff. And this side seems to be a little more flat than the other side, or more, not as steep. Oh, so this has been a fun stream so far, and literally, this is how I play the game. I'll get Liara first, and then I'll do like all the side quests, and then I do all the story stuff. When you complete Noveria and Pharos, it unlocks a few new systems, which is annoying because I never remember which systems were unlocked. So I end up having to go through and remember which ones I've done, potentially by landing on them, seeing if a planets sound familiar. Could be a little annoying, but it's not that bad. I think completing each new story mission unlocks like 2 new systems, I think. Or even maybe just 1. And there it is.
Securing point.
Oh, because I asked everyone's favorite character, here's a fun one. And just like the main character, I expect to see very similar stuff. Who's everyone's least favorite character? Or teammate, I should say. Because those, you tend to get the same answers. Ashley, James, Jacob. But I'm waiting for the day when I ask someone and they respond with a character, especially for like their favorite, that I never expected. Which again would be one of those. The characters that seem to be the least liked. Well, I think that makes sense, right? In a game that has aliens, we're going to find the humans boring because we are humans. Also, they had to invent these characters. They had to invent the aliens. They had to invent the races. Of course they would have spent more time on them. And then the humans are like, alright, they're human. Like, Kaidan is boring in this game. Ashley is kind of a jerk and has likable qualities because she's like a flawed character that she's likable but not. So, you know, I think she's more interesting than Kaidan. I'll give her that. And then you have the human teammates in Mass Effect 2 are different because your team has a lot of humans on it. Like, you know, there really aren't... I mean, I guess you could call Miranda and Jacob the two generic humans. And then in 3, of course, you have James. And in Andromeda, you have Cora and Liam. I actually kind of like Liam. At least he's funny. I know that's kind of his only personality trait, but still, if you're going to give a boring human character a personality trait, humor helps. You know, they're more entertaining. I don't hate Cora. I just find her very boring. Which is funny because she's like the human, you know, the typical, like, one of the human, you know, the two humans. But she's kind of like the opposite of Ashley in a lot of ways. She's more disciplined. She's more mature. And she's worked with aliens in the past, like her Asari Huntress people. Oh, hey guys. Wow, I cannot get a good shot. So, that'll do. Sometimes when I'm fighting in the Mako, I always forget, like, you know I'm in a giant tank, right? I can literally just do this. And I love the ragdoll physics of the bodies when you hit them. Now I have no idea what this place is. That's the downside to finding the missions by just landing on the planets. I don't know what this is. So, what's going on in here? Kind of stumbled my way in here. Okay, go, go, go. It's just echoing. No, no, I'm not trying to shoot you. Okay, I'm barely hurting him. Oh, there's someone. Man, these guys have some health.
Hold the line.
Oh, what was that?
I've lost shields.
What was that? There's a giant explosion behind me. Okay, no one's dying. We gotta fix that.
I've lost shields.
Could somebody die, please? Okay, alright. Not good. Not good. My shields are down. Ow. Man, Engineer is something to play in this in the first one. I will say I'm enjoying the different kind of playthrough style, but I am so squishy. I'm not used to it. Alright, another one down. You know, it's funny, in Mass Effect 2 and 3, there's a lot more fighting, but because it's fast-paced, you don't really notice as much. Like, this game doesn't have that much fighting compared to those. But it's so streamlined in that it goes by faster. Like in this, every time you kill an enemy, it's like, oh no, especially when you're a squishy character like I am, it's just like, oh man, I finally killed one. In 2 and 3, you just mow down people. And there goes my bitrate. There goes... I'm going to pause until it gets fixed. Okay, I think I'm good now. I'm going to make sure... I'm going to wait for the stream to catch up. Wow, my stream is really far behind. Okay, I think I'm good now. I'm good now. Are there still enemies down here? What's going on? Ah, okay. Alright. Okay. You know, I do not remember who this is.
I've lost shields.
Shield disabled.
Oh, they're running me over. Oh, there are so many. There are so many people in that room. Bye. There were so many. I am incredibly surprised I got out of there alive. Okay. Back into the building I go. And I've noticed that, like, I'm watching my stream to make sure it was going again. My stream has, like, slowly become desynced. I'm so far behind right now. I'm used to it being a few seconds. It's, like, a good 15 seconds. Unfortunately, that means the chat's going to be even further behind, but...
Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
Alright, let's make some headway now. Oh, there's so many people in this little hallway thing. Or as you would call it, a stairway, since there's stairs in it. I know words.
I've lost shields.
Okay. Alright. I am not used to being Coward Shepherd. Who is this? He has a name. It means something. I just don't know what. I know he doesn't have shields, but I use abilities that don't make sense sometimes, but I'm really only going for just extra damage. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Wow, he got destroyed.
Go, go, go!
Oh. Biotics are so good in this game, but yet I've never played through as an adept, ever, or a vanguard in this game. So I'm planning on my Psycho playthrough to be a vanguard. Most likely. And my randomizer playthrough will be whatever, because it's random. Yeah, I think I might know what this is. Maybe. We'll see what happens when I open that. Although I don't think I can access it if it's what I think it is. Nope, it's not. Oh. Oh, it is. Wait a minute. He didn't even give... Wait a minute. Hanging in the back of the safe is a suit of armor, obviously made for a Krogan. It seems worthless, rusted and dented from 100 battles. The Turian must have secured it for some reason. There's nothing else of value here. I could have sworn you couldn't get in... On the console, at least. You couldn't get into this building until Rex gave you this mission. Yet, I was able to. Interesting. So, I wonder if the flag will be set properly. Like for Rex knowing that I helped him get his family thing back. If he hasn't given me the mission yet, what am I going to do? Walk up to him and say, hey, what do you think this armor is? Yeah, I remember now. When you land on this planet before you get the mission, it's locked. You can't go in. And then when you get the mission, you can come back. Maybe that unofficial patch did that. Interesting. I'm going to go talk to Rex and see if it triggers properly. I mean, it's Krogan armor. It would make maybe it made sense. Like, people don't like that you can get the missions by just finding them, but it was weird that you weren't able to get in there until Rex said, "Hey, go look for my armor." But I'm hoping this doesn't mess anything up. Like, if it doesn't flag it as done, that'd be bad.
Shepard?
How do I know it's his? Hey, I found a Krogan armor. Must be yours. You're the only Krogan I know.
I found this armor. Does it belong to you?
Let me see. Damn. This is it. Hard to believe my ancestors wore this piece of crap. But at least it's back where it belongs. Thanks, Shepard. I might be starting to like you after all.
You getting soft on me, Rex?
Just because I like you doesn't mean I wouldn't kill you.
Cool. Thanks, Rex. Oh, you have my back. Yep. All right. Well, mission done. I didn't even know I could do. Let's see. What time is it? I'll stream longer. I started early, but I'll go. Yeah, I'll go at least another half an hour. The reason I'm saying that is because like I'm not trying to like hurry it up or like, oh, I want to stop. It's just like I'm trying to like figure out a time frame here. Like, what mission should I do right now? But since I have a half an hour to 40 minutes, whatever, even longer, I can continue to just do all the side stuff. Like, I'm a person that likes to know time schedule stuff. So if you ever hear me check the time or how long I have to do what, it's not because I'm in a hurry to get done or whatever. It's just like I like to know a schedule. Babenok is a small terrestrial world with a thin atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of carbonaceous material, water ice, and low-density silicates. Rare but concentrated loads of light metals have been deposited by asteroid impacts. One hemisphere of the planet is covered by surface deposits of iodized copper. Oxidized. Why did I say iodized? Approximately 270 years ago, a Turian bulk gas transport was attacked by pirates in the Phoenix system. Damaged, it made a rough landing on the planet. The heat of the landing melted significant quantities of surface ice and ruptured shipping containers, spilling locks across the surface. Before this evaporated and escaped a weak gravity, it reacted to cause the widespread rust. Interesting. And I found cobalt. Alright, I believe that's everything here. Yeah, because this line's Pinnacle Station, I think. Yeah. Okay. I went there. So now I just have these 3, because this is where Earth is. I'll be doing this. Obviously, I love the asteroid. This was a great intro to DLC in this game. The asteroid X-57 thing was such a cool idea for a story thing. It doesn't last very long if you do it right, but still, the idea of like first off, this introduces Batarians. Without this DLC, it's weird to think that the Batarians are sort of a DLC alien race. You hear about them, obviously, but you never see them until then. They introduce them visually as DLC. Okay. Now, we already went to Fortuna to do that one mission, so I have to do these 2. So, Strenus it is. Alright, how about the planet Yunthorl? Shrouded by a thick atmosphere of complex hydrocarbons, the planet has never been fully mapped. The surface is hot and completely covered by a global ocean of liquid hydrocarbons. There are indications of primitive organic life developing deep within the global ocean. That's kind of cool. You can your scan uncovered an ancient deep space probe slowly orbiting the planet. Tally brought it on board, dismantled it, and found a League of One medallion. Dude, Tally is like an unsung hero in this game if you don't read this stuff. She's finding all sorts of cool stuff. Antitara, a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of ammonia. Hydrocarbons in the atmosphere lend it a distinct brown tint. And I found some helium-3. Trellin. It's good way to describe it to start. A lifeless rock with a trace atmosphere of xenon and krypton. Its surface contains large amounts of iron and magnesium silicates. Due to heavily cratered terrain, starships are discouraged from landing. A Solarian religious cult claims that a certain pattern of overlapping craters in the southern hemisphere resemble their goddess. I was not expecting something like that to be in there. Zawin. It's a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. The surface is frozen and mainly composed of cobalt with deposits of copper. Planet-side conditions are hazardous and constant ice storms racking the surface. And there is the ship I've been looking for. The guy on the Citadel, his brother's ship. I finally found it. How about God, I can't even say it. Thessalgon. a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. The planet's atmosphere is tinted blue by trace quantities of methane. The end. The Majesty is that one of those. It's one of those ships, the Kowloon class modular conveyor of human design. The ship is a derelict. All compartments are exposed to space, and the fusion plant is leaking. The damage is consistent with ship-mounted mass accelerator fire. Yep, registered to Captain Willem. A faint trail of radioactive particles, possibly exhaust from a sublight nuclear engine drive, leads towards the nearby planet of Zawin. So, to Zawin we go. So, they were attacked. So I'm going to bring a little bit of muscle. I'm going to bring Ashley and Tally. So basically this ship, his brother asked me to find it if I could. And unfortunately it was attacked, which is not a good sign. Even if he did survive somehow, the ship is just it has no atmosphere. So even if he did survive, what are the chances he's still alive? And look at all these anomalies. I know I'm close to this one, but I'm going to go back over here because it's the last one on the southern side. And boy, do I miss... I know I talked about having a mod to make this like the Nomad and Andromeda. At least I would love a speed up, a boost, like that thing does. Because the number one complaint I always hear about the Nomad stuff, it takes forever. It's just driving around. Make it faster. Give it a boost. Although we've seen how the physics of this game works with this Mako vehicle, it might just break the game. Can you imagine like having a rubber vehicle like this and just boosting into a wall? It appears this person was trying to mark the nearby mining deposit when he died. Or was killed. Nope. Nope. There we go. Survey that mineral. I wonder if I have enough minerals yet. Iridium. You know, let's check. Now, where... Those are the finished ones. I don't have enough of anything except for gases, which is fine. There's still plenty to go. Now, sometimes you won't find these deposits unless they're on the radar. So, you know, I don't look at the whole planet usually. But I found that as long as you just go to all the anomalies and debris and stuff on planets, you tend to run into enough and survey all the planets. In fact, you have more than enough. You saw I had too many gas. So you can definitely go above the limit. And you still get money for it, I think. The money also scales. Late game at a high level, you'll get a ton of money for one. Well, let's be honest, money not that useful in this game, really. It's definitely more useful in 2 and 3. 2 to buy the stuff, you know, from the markets, and 3 to upgrade your weapons. There appears to be no one left at this camp. The generator is still functioning, but there's no sign of the former occupants. The camp's computer notes several locations of interest. Interest, eh? Oh, look at that. It let me know where 2 of them are. There's a lot of stuff on this planet. Oh, and Jay, I don't know if you're still here, but I decided not to dig out my N64 and Pokemon Stadium games for one good reason. I no longer have the Elgato that will allow me to record through anything other than HDMI. Like whatever you want to call it, analog, composite, whatever. I don't have it anymore. It broke a while ago. I forgot. So I can only record through HDMI. I'm not going to do that because I might get stuck down there. But I am going to set up the emulator. So at some point, when I decide that my stuff is like stable enough, I still want to work on some of the channel stuff, like alerts, that kind of stuff. But once I'm pretty stable with the schedule and all that stuff, I know I just said stuff a bunch, but I'm going to probably start streaming on Sundays as well. And again, those will be the more, like, laid-back nostalgia ones where I'm playing old games I grew up with, which would be perfect for Pokemon Stadium. They won't be long playthroughs. If I do the rental thing, that might be a series. Oh, and it's a trap. Cool. But I won't be doing anything like this. Like, Mass Effect takes forever. So I'll mainly be playing, like, older games that are shorter. You know, back when games could be, like, 2 hours long. Okay, not... Okay, alright, okay. I can't see what I'm doing, but... Oh! Oh! Oh, no. Oh, don't destroy it, don't destroy it, don't destroy it, don't destroy it. Yes, I'm fighting this on foot. I think it's going to hurt a little bit, but I don't want the Mako to die. And there we go. Oh, poor Mako.
Perimeter secured.
Oh, you're so hurt. But yes, after talking about it with you yesterday, I really want to play it again. Even for just some of the mini-game stuff. And just the rental thing. So I'm definitely going to set it up. But I don't know when I'm going to start the Sunday old game stream yet. Might be a little while. We'll see. Who knows? Before I even start the Sunday streams, I might just pick a random day that I normally stream. And instead of doing Mass Effect or Dragon Age, whatever I'm on then, or Final Fantasy, maybe I'll just be like, hey, you know, instead of doing Mass Effect today, I'm going to do a couple short games that I grew up with. Change up the schedule a little bit. I remember this one. I remember I got stuck in here one time. Somehow.
Enemy sighted.
Enemy sighted? Palladium. I think the Geth made Tally a little paranoid. Privateer base. Anomaly. I kind of want to go here. I like to do the mission thing last. Yeah. See, like I said, like at least for you, if you grew up with Nintendo, the Switch made a great way to play the games through HDMI to record it easier. The library of games they have now. Unfortunately for mine... Although, I have not checked this. Does the Switch Marketplace have anything other than old games? Does it have... Is it going to have N64 games at some point, I wonder? That'd be... I would love if they turned the Switch into, like, a real emulation machine. Obviously, you can hack consoles and make them into emulation machines like most people have. But I wouldn't mind, like, a legitimate one. I mean, it'd be nice. Turn the Switch into just a gaming machine for, like, all the old Nintendo systems. They'd make so much money off of that. Buying old Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, even GameCube games.
Moving out.
Can you imagine, like, I would love having that kind of setup where, like, you have one Nintendo system that has everything on it, almost. You know, the funny thing is going to be when I start doing those streams, yes, I grew up with a Sega Genesis. And I also had a Sega Master System first, when I was like 3. I barely played it. Mainly it was Genesis, Sonic games. But the system that I played the most was actually the original Game Boy. Because I would bring it to school. I had an after-school place I went to every day, because my parents didn't get home from work until late, so I had to go there. And I had a Game Boy and a Game Gear. And since portable games were cheaper, my parents bought more games for me on those than on console. Oh, it's a Thresher. Oh, hello. That's a little close. I think I was a little too close. I am dead now. Well, I get to do all that stuff again. Autosave. Why? Why have you forsaken me? Why do you never save it properly? Now I gotta do all this stuff again. Anyway, yes. So most of the old games I play are going to be Game Boy games. Which I think is interesting because, I don't see that too often. When I see older games being played on stream, I'll see, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I don't usually see Game Boy for good reason. I mean, most Game Boy games are terrible. Which is why I plan on only playing them for like a half an hour and then stopping. Most Game Boy games are not worth finishing. It's the same thing over and over and over again. See, I'm trying to think of like some obvious ones. Yes. Do not trust autosave. Just don't. And by the way, because the stream is so offset now time-wise, like what I'm watching right now to make sure my stream is still running was like 20 seconds ago. So my reaction to what you say in the chat might be a little delayed. Oh, the perfect example of the bad autosave. There is no autosave on Bringing Down the Sky DLC. There just isn't any. So when I messed up something and died in it, I had to do it from the beginning. So I ended up having to do the entire... No, I know what it was. There was a problem with the Bringing Down the Sky DLC on the Xbox sometimes. On the very last video sequence where it shows him talking about, like, Shepard, it would have hit the major area of the city. And it shows it, like, going past the planet. It would freeze. It would lock up my Xbox. And then when it did, I had to restart the entire thing because the autosave didn't happen. So I lost the entire DLC playthrough. Yeah, Twitch was... I don't know. I've never seen my stream this, like, back. I only dropped frames for, like, 5 seconds. But I'm, like, 20 seconds behind. I don't know what happened. Honestly, once I'm done with this planet, I might be done for the night, depending, because I'm having to redo it. So yeah, I might call it a nice long 4-hour stream when I'm done with this planet. Yeah, it's been a fun stream. Oh, here comes... Oh no, what a trap! I didn't see this coming. Again. Oh, no, don't stand... I can't sit still too much. That didn't kill you? No. The one thing you have to be careful with these guys, they shoot those little energy ball things, but the problem is they also have like regular guns on them that shoot pretty consistently and do consistent damage. Like you can't really dodge them that easily. So even if you're really low health, be careful with that, because those little guns of theirs can still kill you. All right. Oh yeah, back to the thing. On Sega Genesis, I played Sonic. I had Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic & Knuckles. And I had one of my most hated games growing up, Sonic Spinball. I hate that game. I really do. And then I had some other random games. I had Pit Fighter. Yes. Here's the thing. the Sega Genesis, the mini Sega Genesis, is actually kind of a trap. There was never a mini Nintendo because obviously, like, that was a legal thing. Nintendo never made one yet. So when it came out, it was a big deal. And guess what? The NES Mini, or Classic, whatever country you're in that calls it that way, it was really good. The emulation on the Nintendo mini consoles is really good. But there has always been a Sega Genesis Mini. Literally, like, every year or two, a new version comes out. And you know what? They're always not great. The emulation's not good. The problem was they had wireless controllers for the last couple, and there was lag. It was such bad lag, it was almost unplayable. So the Sega Minis were like third-party knockoff things, while the Nintendo Minis were nice. They were good. Worth the money. Thing is, once the NES Mini and SNES Mini came out and, like, you know, everyone liked it, that company that makes that Sega one re-released it again and tried to build hype for it. They were like, oh, look, here's the Sega version. As far as I know, it's literally the same thing that's been coming out for years that's just not that good. They were trying to capitalize on the Nintendo version. It might have gotten better. I might be wrong. But from what I read, every version of that thing was not great. There's also the Atari one, which I don't know anything about. I don't know if it's good, bad, what.
That's it. Bag 'em and tag 'em.
All right. I think I skipped something. Yeah, I didn't go to this. Oh, well, I'll go to that when I'm done. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah. I think I had that on Xbox. But, like, for Sega Genesis, I actually didn't have that many games. Like, again, my parents bought me more Game Boy stuff because it was cheaper, and it was portable. I only owned probably, like, maybe a dozen Sega Genesis games. And some of them were really not well known.
Hold the line! Go! I'm on!
Uh-oh. Oh, that was pretty cool. I hit that thing at the same time I hit her. Nice. I meant to do that. Okay.
I've lost shields.
Enemy is everywhere!
Where did you come from? Were you just hiding in the corner the whole time?
You must die! You must
That's a sniper. I'm afraid of you.
I will destroy you!
Uh-huh. You and what army? I killed your friends. Good guy Shepherd.
I will destroy you!
Oh. Wait a minute. Who's using a sniper rifle?
All targets down.
That looked like a sniper rifle shot that killed him. Oh, well, that's a good reason for me not to play it. I cannot, like, I just hate it. I hated it as a kid. Maybe it's a little better now, but I think it was because it was pinball. Honestly, as a kid playing a bunch of fast-paced games and, like, liking Sonic for that reason, playing a pinball game wasn't that appealing for a 10-year-old. Oh, you have discovered the corpse of Captain Willem of the MSV Majesty. His stiff fingers are wrapped tightly around a small datapad. Well, this was the outcome we expected. But hey, we killed the people responsible. That's a plus. You know, vengeance and all. No, sorry, I meant justice. Paragon Shepherd's all about justice. Gotta take that moral high ground. Otherwise, I'm just like Saren. By the way, since I've been doing nothing but side missions, it's almost like you forget about Saren. It's just funny. It's like, you know our mission is to stop Saren, right? Again, that is a problem with any RPG that has side quests. The main mission seems like a top priority. It's timed. It's like, oh man, we got to stop Saren. And there goes my bitrate again. I'm going to pause it until the game comes back. Wow, this is a bad one. Come on. Come on, you can do it, Internet. Or Twitch. Whatever's happening. It is flatlined for a while. Come on. Wow, this is bad. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Okay. Hey. Yeah, I typed in chat just in case I wasn't getting through. That was a bad one. But no, I'm good. I can finish the planet now. Even if it did crash completely, it wouldn't have been that bad. I would have just saved it and continued here. So I'm going to have to make a list. I made a list of the games that I was going to play on those kind of streams. But... Oh. There we go. But I need to work on it because I also need to... put like I didn't consider the N64 something I grew up on. Although I guess I technically should. I don't know. By the time I got the N64, I still was like 13 or 14. I guess that counts. I should put N64 games on that list too. Alright. I'm going to get this last debris. And then I'm going to go back to the ship and save it and call it a stream because that was a... I'm afraid like things are a little unstable at the moment, maybe. But as far as N64 goes, I actually only... Okay, I forgot about this guy and I didn't save it. Hooray for me, I'm smart. Okay, get away from him. Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. As long as it doesn't come up and kill me automatically, I'm good. There he is. I think I should stay near this because I don't think he's going to pop up on it. Oh, okay. Got him. I got him. Yeah, I've had a couple times where if the Thresher Maul comes from below you, it's just instant death. Which has happened a couple times. Ooh, level up. Alright, we are done. I'm going to do my level up, and then we'll be good. Not only is my stream, like, behind, maybe it's just mine, because I haven't refreshed it yet. Because when you said something in chat, that hasn't happened yet on the stream. So, I think it's just me that's like that. I need to fix that. Okay. I'm going to level up. I have 10 whole points. Oh, well, I'm getting Unity. And I still keep 2 points for that. You know what? I'm going to get advanced damping. And advanced shield boost. And I'm going to put... Oh, I can get it... Oh, there we go. I thought I got that. That was weird. All right. I'm going to save it just in case. And there we go. So this has been a fun stream, a 4-hour stream. Not bad for me. I will be back on Tuesday at 7 with Final Fantasy X. Hopefully, my plan for that is I want to get the airship. So my stream on Friday in it can be the Blitzball stream. So I might actually go longer on Tuesday as well. It depends. If I've been playing for like 3 hours, and I think that another hour can do it, I'll continue. If not, I'll just wait until Friday. And then, of course, the next day I'll do Mass Effect again. So thanks for everyone stopped by. M was here earlier. Jay, you've been here pretty much the whole time, so thanks for being here. Chris Getting Fit, I don't know if he's still here, but new follower. Thank you for following, for stopping by. And yes, everyone have a good night. And there's actually literally no one on right now to raid, so that's fine. But yeah, I'll see everyone Tuesday at 7. And Jay, if you're streaming tonight, well, if you're playing Fire Emblem, I can't watch, but if you're not, then hey. But yeah, I will see everyone later.